What is up? I'm bringing you guys along as I do a little more prototyping on my custom microphone mount. Ever since I did the original design, I've been using, there we go, little nuts in the bottom of the offset. And one of the things I've been trying to do is improve that quality a little bit to better make it easier when I'm sending this to people, and then also potentially make it where I can send the pieces flat instead of having to connect everything. Just make it easier for the consumer to use it. And one of the things that I have paid attention to for a while but I've never done is these little threaded inserts. So basically what it is a tiny little piece of metal with threads on the inside that heat sets into the plastic. But that meant I had to change my design here. So I'm bringing you guys along as we try doing heat set inserts for the first time. And literally all it is you have a soldering iron, which I already have hot, and I'm not modifying the tip. You can buy tips specifically to do this or modify like standard ones. Since this is just a trial, oh, that's really quick. And one of the things I saw online was to do what I just did to make sure that it is nice and flat. Come on. But yeah, so that's one. That actually looks really good. That went a lot faster than I expected, if I'm being honest. And that's what prototyping is for, because you're gonna screw it up. Hopefully that works, but it's a good thing I printed 2 of these to try, because I had a hunch I'd screw one up. Also, the metal on the backside is still quite warm after you do that. So we're gonna turn this down a little. That's done. Now I gotta look at it. Let that cool off. All right, so one thing I'm noticing immediately is that we have this little hole that's filled up more. So that's gonna be something I gotta figure out how to adjust and make sure that it's clean so that way the screw can get in and out. But I'm going to let these cool a little more before I do that, because I don't want to screw with it and have it mess up. But that is something that, as I was doing research, I realized was an issue that people run into, and that's partially a sizing issue, partially probably the fact that I'm just using a solder iron, nothing special, and trying to figure out what makes the most sense. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Now I need a very thin, actually. And part of the reason why I'm coming from the backside doing this is I wanted the extra strength of having a little bit of plastic here, but that isn't 100% necessary. Ooh, now I actually need a blade. There we go. There we go. All right, so basically what I'm doing, we'll bring the GoPro over, is I'm just trimming out the plastic. Whoops. I'm basically just trying to trim out the plastic around, so that way the screw can go in with these. All right, where's my, nope, that's the wrong one. Which again, this is me learning. I'm not gonna be perfect the first time around, but I think this might actually be a smart move. Let's pull this off and see if it does what I want. So now I need, I think it's a 2. Nope, it's the 1.5. I need you. Oh, that's a fatter thing. There we go. There we go. All right, let's see if this screws on like I'm hoping. We're going to go through the backside just to make sure I got the plastic all the way clear. All right, I think we're good. I got to do a little more trimming. Come on. It's not working quite yet. So what I'm going to do is bring this back around without the plastic, so I got more thread room. And then push it all the way through. There we go. And we're gonna do it on the side, on the other side. This is the joy of prototyping. You never know what's gonna happen. And sometimes you just can't hold on to things. And that is one of the annoying things with 3D printing, is that sometimes things don't print what the exact dimension. Like the tolerances are a little lesser than other methods of manufacturing. which was one of the things that kind of scared me about doing this. Now, I have still been using the Rycoat original spacing or like holder, so I do need to adjust that as well if I do a full switch over, which I think I'm going to. I feel like that is a much nicer user experience for somebody buying this, and then that also makes it cheaper for me to ship it because I can ship all the pieces and make a little video on assembly, just in case someone doesn't understand or the exact way to put it together. But this is a little more work, but I think makes it a much nicer overall experience. Boom. All right, there we go. So now, instead of having to hold screws in the bottom here, this is now perfectly inserted, so it's easier. And if someone wants to change out these, it's a little bit easier. And that way, like if someone wants, these are the like ultra heavy duty. And so someone could go to the lightweight or the regular, the universals. Yeah, I'm really stoked with how that turned out. I got to do work on this one, but yeah, overall, pretty happy. Find out how they do. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment down below. If you guys want one, hit me up, info@SimonEisenbach. Have a great, or at seisenbach.com. First initial, last name. Be in the description. Other than that, have a great week. See you guys next time.